Hi, I'm Kat Code. I am a data privacy consultant from Waterloo in Canada.
And hi, I'm Jodi Daniels, a privacy consultant in Atlanta, Georgia.
And today, Jodi and I are going to be talking about things you need to know, top 4 things to consider when hiring in someone to run your privacy program. So if you don't have a privacy program yet, you should have one. We have a lot of privacy regulations around, and it really helps to have all of your governance and policies and everything in place to help run your privacy program properly and to be compliant. So the first thing to consider is whether or not you want to hire in someone full-time to run this role, or do you want to hire in a consultant? So it's a little bit of both, depending on the size of your company and whether or not you deal with a lot of data, especially sensitive data. It is likely that you should have someone sitting in your company full-time in order to manage privacy, changing regulations, all of that stuff, make sure all the departments are coordinated. That said, if you have not started your privacy program yet and you don't have anyone in-house with that experience, hiring in a consultant is a fantastic way to get your privacy program off the ground. If somebody can come in with a lot of experience, they know how to set up your policy and your governance, they know how to look for data inventory and all those wonderful things, that can really set you off on the right foot and get you started a lot faster. So the second thing to consider, which goes a little bit with this, is whether or not you need someone who's junior and new or who is senior. So this plays actually with the consultant and the full-time piece. If you want someone to start off right out of the gate full-time at your company, you will need someone with privacy experience who is more senior. But right now, we have a shortage of privacy professionals. We have way more jobs than we have experts to fill them. So don't be shy in considering someone who is junior and eager to come in and run the privacy program. And again, coming back to getting someone with experience like a consultant to come in and help them get it set up. And then that way they can get off and running. Some of these regulations right now are so new, there is nobody who has experience in them. So looking for people with 5 years experience and even GDPR that hasn't even been out for 5 years doesn't make sense. So you might want to limit the scope for the job and then look for someone who can run it and someone else who can help you. Jodi, what are other things to consider?
Absolutely. So number 3 is, now that you've decided to hire someone or bring someone in, where should they report? Does this fit in legal? Is this a security role, operations, marketing? And much like the level, it kind of depends on your organization. Where will they get the most support? Who will really sponsor and be able to help drive this privacy program forward? Because if you bring somebody in and they have all these great ideas and they're ready to go, but they don't get the level of support, then the program's just going to fall down, and that's not going to be very valuable. Oftentimes, if you have a lot of data in the marketing team, maybe marketing is the one that should really own this and be able to drive it forward. If security is going to be the one that's going to really be able to help with that privacy piece, then have it in security. But one thing to know, it doesn't sit there alone. This role is cross-functional. So place it wherever it will have the most impact to your company. Now, the other piece is you've decided where it's going to fit. Junior or senior, internal, what are you even looking for? Do you need to have an attorney do this role? Well, sometimes people hire attorneys and they place them in the legal role. But hint, sometimes they place them in other places too. Or do you need someone with business experience who's going to be able to help corral all the other people in the organization to help make sure that they understand the impact to privacy? So while you're creating and realizing you want that person, think about, do I need an attorney or just someone with a lot of business experience? Is your company very technical? Maybe you need a lot of technical experience that can then learn these new privacy laws that Kat just talked about. Because hint, hint, they're all new and we're all learning them. So in summary, our 4 tips are full-time or consultant, internal or external, junior or senior. Think about where should they report. It doesn't always have to be a legal role or a security role. And be mindful of the qualifications, because privacy is not just an attorney or just in the security department. Kat, what else should we be thinking about as we close us out?
All right, as we close out, I think you summed it up really well. It is not a one size fits all. That is really what it is. So, and no matter what you're going to do not hesitate to ask someone with experience to say, hey, here's my company. What do you think I should do? And then refine the ask down to something that makes sense for what your service and product are doing. As always, if you have any questions at all about this or anything privacy related, feel free to drop them in the comments and Jodi and I will be happy to help you. Thank you so much.